Hello, how you doing? Welcome back to the Hypercraft server. Today we have a huge project. But before we get onto that, I've built a thing. And it is in fact a good thing. So I needed wheat faster than this could produce because I was trying out a wheat trading villager before I burned him in lava. I tried building Azuma's latest nano farm, and I couldn't get it to work. Now, I don't know. I suspect it's a latency issue, something to do with my ping to the server, but the timing wasn't working. It wasn't growing the wheat in one of the positions, because if you don't know with these things, you've got a piston that goes up and down, and you plant seeds on there, and the machine bone meals it, and the piston moves it out of the way. Now, it wasn't working for me. For whatever reason, I suspect a ping issue, i.e. the server wasn't picking up the fact that I'd planted the crop in time for it to get grown. And so I monkeyed around a bit, and I couldn't really get it working satisfactorily. So I designed a new one. Now, I'm not going to really take you through the redstone of this. Needless to say, it's mind-bogglingly clever. No, what we've got here is basically, I'm going to call this the precision, I'm going to try and call it the precision nano farm. Now, the reason for this is in each position, unlike other nano farms, or not all other nano farms, but most have only 3 dispensers in each position, which means you need to spam the dispensers really fast, normally with burnout clocks or 1-tick clocks, in order to get as many clicks in between the piston moves as possible so that it grows the wheat fully, because it takes normally takes more than 3 bone meal to grow some wheat. In fact, we can find out exactly. Oh, I've got some on me. Oh, let's put that back in there. I think it takes 3. 1, 2, 3. Which is weird, because normally that wouldn't be enough. In fact, that makes no sense. Why does it have to? Right, well, my machine has 4. Normally these machines, 3 dispensers is not enough to grow it. So I don't know quite. I might be able to redesign this. Well, that's interesting. Some things you just don't think about properly. But anyway, what this does is it clicks the dispensers, then moves the piston, then clicks the dispensers, then moves the piston, rather than spam clicking the dispensers as fast as it possibly can. And the way it does that is we have a redstone clock at the front. And the reason I used a redstone clock rather than a hopper clock is because I can configure how many ticks it is. In single player, you can use a 4-tick clock. What? Oh, it's Dave. It's burning in the sun. And that's fine, but a 4-tick clock on a server, or at least this server, causes torch burnout, which makes no sense to me. So I've actually configured this to be a 5-tick clock. And then, so the 5-tick clock is what pulses the piston up and down. So every 5 ticks it's on and then off, or off and then on. And then that clock also runs now you can't really see it properly, but it runs a dual edge detector, which takes the form of a piston and a redstone block. Now, when the redstone block moves, while it's in motion, it can't power the redstone that's next to it, so the redstone turns off, and as the piston moves from one position to the other, and then it turns back on. So this goes in and out at the same, well, Not quite the same, there's a delay on that, but when that's retracted, this is retracted. But when that retracts, that moves the dirt from one position to another. When this retracts, it turns this redstone off and then on again, so that fires the dispensers. When this extends, it moves the dirt back up. This extends also, and again it turns the redstone off and then on again. So it pulses the pistons again. So basically you get what you get basically as I've described it. The dispensers pulse like the minimum number of times that they have to. So if we take a seed and stand here, bit of server lag, there we go, and you can see it produces wheat pretty nicely and pretty fast. But I am going to make a tutorial on this, so do not worry. I will test whether this will work with only 3 dispensers, because that makes quite a bit of a difference to the way it's wired. For some reason I think it doesn't, but you know what, I've recorded this intro a few times now and I'm not going to re-record it, so anyway, enough of that. Let's put that up there, let's put that in there. I turned you off, didn't I? No, obviously not. Right, okay, let's get on to the big project. So we are going to work on Spawn Town, which is not a town at the moment, or a village, or any other such thing. It's a collection of random buildings, because we never really, as a server, got our act together on what was going on with the spawn area. So I've checked with the guys and they're okay with me doing some work on spawn, because the competition to enter the server is closing shortly, so we're going to have an influx of new people. And well, I think it would be nice if their introduction to Hypermine was not quite so a shambolic area as our spawn. So what I am going to do basically is I'm going to lay out roads, and I'm going to clear a load of forest, lay out roads, and kind of, I'm not going to set plots out. I don't want anything quite so rigid as plots. You know, you must build in this area, but it's going to kind of, there will be suggested areas, entryways to areas where people can build. But the first thing we need to do is go over here. Is clear quite a bit of forest out. For those of you who've not seen it, this is Som and Chill's shopping precinct, which is cool. We'll put a shop up in here when I get the villager I want and we're swimming in diamond tools and whatnot. So yeah, some things going on in spawn, which is nice. But yeah, we're going to give it the outlines to make it a bit of a village. So nobody seems to know who dug this hole. And I'm sorry if it's yours, if you're watching. Ruby Roo. I'm sorry if this is your hole, but it's getting filled in because I'm ploughing a road through this area. Yeah, I'm going to bring a road down here and along there to the end of that pier. We're also going to bring a road up into this area, so all the jungle on this hill is going to get cleared for development. And we're going to come around here a little bit. We're possibly, I'm not sure whether there's going to be any plots of land behind Armitage's house. I would like to try and get the... Hello. Oh, where did you go? Come on. Is that it? Can you not? Too much water around, confusing him. Teleport. Oh, missed. Boom. Does not know what to do. Yeah, I'd like to get a road round to the Skelly Grinder, because at the moment we've just got these lily pads, and even maybe as far as Eki's place, but I don't think we're going to have any more development in that direction. Zueljin's pioneer house is over in that direction, so we don't really want to have urban sprawl visible from his bedroom window. That would be not so good for him. I don't want to spoil his build. I know Armitage kind of wants to be more towards the edge of town anyway, and this is kind of heading away from the central spawn location, which is back over there. So a road round there would be cool if I have time. If not, then, you know, once I've got this project going, maybe others can help out, and, you know, Armitage and Eki might be able to connect their own places up. If they do, round the coast, past the Skelly Grinder, that'd be nice. But certainly behind my place, we're going to have some places for people to build. Maybe over in this direction. Ooh, disco running. Over in this direction here, this is good. Kind of in this area next to the shopping precinct, I think is a good place to have a few builds. And this seems to have come out, so he's got 2 there and 2 there. I suspect he's going to make it into a cross shape, so 4 plots on each wing, and that's nice and symmetrical. And if there's roads over here, if we can maybe put a road around here, around the back, I don't know, some more entryways into the shopping precinct, that'd be cool. So that'd be 4, 8, 16, room for 16 shops, which is a fair old number of shops, more than we have active members at the moment, so that's good. But anyway, what I need to do, I'm not going to clear the woods out for plots. People who want to build can clear their own areas out. But I am going to have to go around and clear roadway, clear all the trees around roadways. So I'm going to grab my axe and yes, I'm going to get on with that, but I'm not going to do it on camera because that would be silly. Ooh, a lot of pumpkins. Yeah, I'm also going to clear out this area directly behind my house. Is that a floating tree? That is a floating tree. I also need to I'm going to clear out this area and tidy it up a little bit, because I think if there's a road up on the hill, a pathway up to that road might be a nice thing to have. I'm also going to want shears, because I want lots of leaves. Lots and lots and lots of leaves. So, yeah. I'm going to get on with that. I might record it and time-lapse it. I might not. It depends how long this takes me. It might take me a while. But I will see you on the other side. Okay, so I thought I've been at this for a while. I thought I'd bring you in. Yeah, I've cleared a load of area up here. I haven't got any further in that direction. I did a little bit down there. The crafty nugget came along and filled in the hole that I was planning to fill in, which was nice of him. So I think that's been bugging him as much as it's been bugging me. I thought what I'd do is, while we're here, I would, at this point, sorry, while we're here, I don't know what I'm saying, is that I would show you what the plan is for the road. So, here we go. I also terraformed this hilltop a fair old bit, leveled it out. So I'm going to have stone brick down the centre of the road, and whee! And then jack-o'-lanterns like this, hence the extreme amount of pumpkins that I've got. Come on. Like that, and like that. Whoa. And then what we'll do, and I should have picked this up before starting to record. Now we'll grab, hello? There we go. So we'll grab a few of those, but we'll also grab some oak leaves because you get surprisingly small amounts of jungle leaves when cutting down the jungle. All the ground foliage is oak leaved, even though it's jungle wooded. Anyway, the idea is to use jungle leaves like this because they are the lushest and greenest green leaves. Really nice. And I think, especially in the jungle areas, this looks really nice. And then, let's see where we're going to have ours. What I'll do, probably there. Do that. And what I shall do, where at strategic points, is something along the lines of, sorry, want that. This. Like that. Now, this one I'm actually going to join up to my house, but in other places, I'm just going to leave that as if to say, here, you could build here. Like, I think this hillside is a possible build location. Possibly. You could take down this tree and build something into the side of this hill, maybe. So I might put one there. Certainly in this direction over here. I think I'll put one here. And I'll just basically do that everywhere that kind of, I think, is a reasonable build site. But they're not plots, as I say. This is just kind of like, here's a place you could start. And now let's have a quick look, see what oak leaves look over these. Not bad, but like, because these are so much thicker, you can see the orange, obviously, and that's part of the design, but with these you can actually see the pumpkin top, which wasn't really what I wanted. We'll have to see how much in the way of jungle leaves I get out from clearing other areas. But yeah, we could have a neighbour here. That'd be quite nice. Up on the hill. And actually, I don't know why I've come all the way along here. I do plan to have a road into the jungle in this direction. Better keep an eye on Spade and see, make sure I don't break him. Yeah, so we're going to do a road out in this direction, like that. This will all need to go. Yeah, all of this ground cover is all oak leaves, which is rubbish. And so that is, yeah, I think this is a nice scheme for things. Doesn't look quite so nice when you hit other biomes. When you're in the jungle biome, it's like, ooh, really nice green carpet there. I need to bring some stairs down here and bridge across. Now, I thought about doing a diagonal over to there and clearing all that area. Would give us some more jungle leaf, which is probably what makes it worth doing. I'd do a diagonal bridge to there and then run it down behind this hill, behind Armitage's place, round behind the hill, heading over to the Skelly Grinder. I am going to leave that road until last because I've decided not to put any more plots out that way, or not plots, but building areas out that way. And providing building areas or building suggestions is the most important part. I think you could build a house on the side of this hill, like a tall, narrow house. It could be quite cool. But I don't know, maybe other people wouldn't want to build there. I'm not going to put an entranceway there, but you could build something in this. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, then so we've got this area here, and then probably, let's see, I don't want to go too far this way. Zueljin's house is over there, but you could probably fit another house behind here, and certainly a house over here on the edge of the river gorgy thing. That'd be quite cool. Okay, so I've done some more work, as you can see. Got our paths over here. Made this stairway bridge thing, which comes up here. Yeah, I think that's okay. So, yeah, I'm reasonably pleased. The stairway bridge thing needs some work. I think it needs some undercarriage. Just something to, I don't know, something down here to kind of make it look like it's connected to the ground. But yes, that still needs that. We've got possibility for, as I say, maybe a small plot here if someone wants a small plot. Plot. I keep saying plot because it's an easy word. I need to bring this road out this way and do something. Particularly displeased though with this. This has not turned out. It's okay here, but then here it just looks very strange. So I thought I'd bring you in there and show you. Look, that's stupid. I wonder if making this bit 3 wide here. Use upside down slabs. That's fine. Like that. Now it still looks weird. I might keep this as 3 wide, but it still looks weird. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this diagonal bit, and we are going to pop that off there and bring this along, straight along here. Like that. Now the only problem is it's now one block out of alignment with this road, so I'm going to have to bring this road all the way along, and then I will bring this road straight through to make a T-junction here. I tried to go for something interesting and to follow the coast a little bit, but it just didn't work. It does open the possibility of someone building in the square area along this shore here. That might be a thing someone could do. But yeah, I'm going to go and fix that. And I may do a little bit more work as well. And then come back to you in a mo. Okay, and we're back, and this looks a lot squarer, but also a lot better. It does open the possibility of a small plot here for something, not necessarily a house, maybe some sort of public convenience, as we're, you know, near stuff like the more industrial areas around here. So we'll just dig that out like that. And I've run out of jungle leaves, so we've moved over to the oak leaves, which are not nearly as nice, but I might have to kind of come back and correct that later, because it will take an awful lot of farming of jungle leaves to kind of get this project done. I really must go and harvest some pumpkins before I run out of those as well, because this project requires an insane amount of pumpkins. So that can be a thing. A house, if someone wants to build and kind of bring it out over the water. Or yeah, like a public convenience. If no one else puts anything there, then I might even put my a copy of my nanofarm in that area. So yeah, and it comes up here. So I need to carry the road on in that direction. I think to get a plot. We're just going to call them plots, even though they're not plots. To get some areas, couple of areas. I think we can get a couple of houses in this area. Excuse me, while I swallow my own tongue. Yeah, it would be. So I think we're looking at, say, maybe a couple over there. Let's see how many have we made here? So we've got a small one there, 2 over there maybe. That could be a plot, although they're all quite small, which feels a bit nasty to me. Seems I built quite a big house. It's not that big, but it's pretty big. That's definitely not a plot. We'll put something there. A tree. We got any saplings? No, but a tree. That's a good place for a tree. We got the possible one in this hillside. I think you could, if you like built back and tall, I think you could make quite a nice job there. But yeah, not to everyone's taste. That's a bit small. You could squeeze one in, but I won't put an entrance over there. So far we've got 2 plus a small one. Room for a big one back here. That's 3. Probably get a couple. One over here. And the river's there, so one over there, one over here. That's that one. Yeah, probably only get a couple back here. So it's not exactly the key to population boom that I'd hoped so far, but let's continue working on it. I do think it looks quite nice. I do think it will look awesome at night. But clicky tongue and onwards. See you in a bit. Okay, right, well, another day has occurred since I started this recording, and I think I've done about as much of this project as I can fit in to an episode. So what better way to show you around what I've done, is to go and put a mailbox and a crafting bench for everyone in each of the plots. So let's do that now. We'll go straight on here up into this area, and we have a plot over here. I think this is quite a nice area. You're gonna have to take this tree down, but I'm not going to clear these areas out, mainly actually whoa. Thank you. Wow. Mainly because I don't want to, but also because I think, the guys who take these plots, they should get the wood and the leaves from them. So we have a plot here, and you can move these around, and in fact you can move the entrances as well. This is all just guidelines. We have plots. I'm just going to put these here for the moment. Go away. That's it. Oh, I thought it'd be too bright for you. There. So 2 over there. I've also brought the path down to the other end of Summon Chill's shopping precinct. You can mess around with that, mate, as much as you want to get it working. True with the front entrance as well. So we've got 2 over there. We'll pop down here. And I've decided I am going to put a mailbox here. If there are no takers, then that's just it. And I am going to put a mailbox here. Same again. If really nobody wants a plot this small, then yeah, fine, we'll do something else there. But there may be some people who just want a tiny little spawn house. I have fixed this bridge. I think that looks okay. It gives a nice symmetrical arch there, if a little shallow. And we'll pop up here. I'll scratch my nose, and then we'll continue. We have a plot here, and boom. And a spider is not included in the price, so I'm going to remove that and do that. We have an extra. Oh, someone gets a bonus crafting bench on this plot here. Oh, and there we go. And a crafting bench here. I've decided that I am putting an entrance here, with a mailbox, and the reason is I would like to encourage. Oh yeah, no. I would like to encourage someone to build in this area, because I think you could build like something. I think you could build something quite cool here, as long as it doesn't encroach into the river and block that off. We want to keep rivers navigable as far as possible. I know it's very shallow this way, but you could make something tall or into the hill or whatever. I think you could build something interesting there. And then if we pop down here, we have another plot through here. Now there is plenty of space back here, but I think we'll just really suggest. Oh, that is a cave I cleared out to ride a horse out. That I fell down into a ravine on a horse and had to dig my way out. Yeah, as I say, this is the end of town, basically. The only properties beyond this point really should be Armitages and Eckies, I think. Yeah, certainly back in this area here. I think that's how we want to do it. Now I have brought the road down here, and this is where I've kind of run out of steam. My plan is to kind of cut through the jungle back from the shore a little bit, and then swing round in front of the skeleton grinder and over to Eki's place. But please, if you want to help me, server members, do so, because otherwise I will not be doing anything else for a while. There's a random crafting bench down there. I've got to give props to the crafty nugget. I'd put a really rather basic bridge across it. It was just a floating platform, and he came along and churched it up very nicely. I do like the cobble and smooth stone, the cobble and stone brick look, as you guys know, and I think that looks like a pretty tasty bridge. There's no river back there to cut off, so it doesn't matter if and it's still navigable anyway. I like how he's put glowstone in the bottom. I think that's lovely. I did think we had more plots than that, but what was that? I had 11 chests, I believe, so that is 8 new plots. I thought we had 10. I might have missed a couple, but yes, there's one here. I think someone could squeeze something in back here, so we shall put I'll have to take this tree down, but we'll put a bench there and a mailbox there, and I guess that's all, unless I have truly missed one, but I don't think so. I think there was only 2 over there, but for a start, that's, yeah, we've made a start there. So yeah, I don't know if this was in the last clip, but I put a retaining wall up around the back of my place, just to slightly expand the area there, and put a hey Ruby, put a little silly hot tub in. There we go. Nice view of Armitage's house from there. But yeah, running over time, I've had to savagely cut the existing footage, but hey, that's me. So I guess all that's left to say is thank you for watching, and until next time, take care of yourselves. Okay, bye bye.